Welcome to the Pew!
The Pew!
Where the show today really stinks. Well, it almost really stunk. Stink?
Stink.
Distinction. The show with distinction.
Happy Earth Day to everybody. We tried to celebrate
Happy Earth Day! Woo!
Today by helping to clean the planet and improve our environment.
Yeah.
Little did we know that when we went to the Bartopel Mansion in the Bronx.
That's Bartopel Mansion in the Bronx. For those of you who want to vandalize. No, actually, no. You do not want to vandalize that.
They were charging $25 per volunteer
and we
pick up trash.
Yes, and we think it's a ruse, a scam. We think they were actually paying people
$5.
Yeah, to spread garbage and then charging people $25 to clean it up.
So, I mean, imagine our outrage when
that's what we should do.
Me, Michael, and Igor showed up to to volunteer our time to help clean up the environment.
Like good citizens.
That'll be $75.
Like the good citizens. That's the reward we got for being a good citizen. That no good deed goes unpunished. So
in the spirit of the club kids, we said we're not paying that, and then we picked up trash anyway without paying. We must have picked up.
We were comped. They comped us.
Well, we self-comped.
We snuck in the back door.
We must have picked up like $5 worth of trash.
At least, but it wasn't the amount of pieces. It wasn't quantity. It was quality.
It was quality.
It was the quality of the trash.
Yes.
Like.
And so, I mean, besides our altruism and our good-hearted desire to help the planet, we also went there to recreate a famous photo op. Remember?
Well, that wasn't that. I suppose if there were reasons to go there, that was probably number 7.
Oh yeah, number 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So we wanted to recreate that famous moment when Boy George was doing community service and picking up garbage. So.
Oh, the prostitute or the. Oh, the actual garbage. Oh yeah.
So we snuck to a secluded corner of the Bartopel Mansion and picked up trash unauthorized and without having paid our $75. And here's a clip of it.
Picking up the trash.
Picking up the trash, just like Boy George.
Except not in the glamorous outfit.
Oh, this was not planned, ladies and gentlemen. This was not planned.
What could that be?
It looks.
Is there white powder in that?
Boy George was here.
Let's just take that home. Don't put that in the garbage. We'll take that home.
We'll study it. We'll have to investigate. I know where this came from.
Don't you just love the Bronx, littered with little plastic bags of drugs everywhere you go?
They tell the immigrants they're told that the streets are paved in gold, but
white gold, Colombian tea.
Well, there's no garbage. This is the cleanest garbage dump I've ever seen. The only garbage you can't even see it; it's see-through.
So
that was our afternoon, our morning.
It's our failed morning trip to pick up trash. And here's a picture of Michael collecting some trash.
Ernie Glam, how dare you call our friends trash? I will certainly call them and let them know to watch the show and what you think of them. Now, to show them the real picture.
All right, there is a real picture. There it is, Michael throwing trash in a garbage can, where it's supposed to go. So that's how far New York has fallen, that even if you want to pick up trash in a public park, you've got to pay $25.
I've never heard of anything so ridiculous. I mean, I mean, it's almost a joke. It's not almost a joke. It is a joke. It's.
So we staged an outlaw trash picking up party.
And you know, all of these rich people coming in
by the busloads.
Yes, paying to pick. I mean, what does that say about this country? That
I think we
are so jaded and so desensitized that we have to pay to pick up. Darling, let's go pick up some trash today. What a novel idea! I haven't picked up trash in a long time. I think that'll be a lot of fun.
I think we should charge people to pick up trash.
We should what?
Charge people to pick up trash.
What, we should be prostitutes?
No, we should charge people to come pick up trash like in our house or like to come clean our house.
Well, I had that idea. I've always wanted, and I don't know if I should say this on camera, but I will. I've always had this idea. I want to have a nightclub. You know how you see those ads all the time for slaves? Like, not necessarily sex slaves, but you get like 20 slaves and have a mistress and have her cracking the whip and have them all like in G-strings or whatever and like cleaning the whole club or restaurant or whatever. So you have zero salaries, zero employee salaries.
Just like the Pew.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
And now a word from our sponsor. Welcome back to the Pew.
Welcome back to the Pew.
The Pew.
And speaking of paying money for trash, we are now talking
Michael
about...
was outraged.
Outraged!
Over the fact that people are taking content, especially music, and downloading it without paying a penny.
Well, that's not what I'm not outraged at that. I'm outraged that people think that it isn't worth anything. I mean, where they will spend, $4 for a cup of coffee at Starbucks, but they won't, buy a song. And the song is worth much more to me than a cup of coffee.
Yeah, so next time you're thinking of downloading for free, think about it.
No.
And pay. I mean, it's artists out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's much more important than that. I mean, without them, because what's going to happen is people are just going to stop producing art or music or shows like The Pew or whatever, and then we're going to be left with, Exxon Oil providing you with your entertainment, and it's gonna be scary.
And when Exxon Oil is providing your entertainment, it's a slippery slope.
It's a slippery
doom.
It's a slippery slope. Is right. But it's scary. I mean, it's Orwellian, and you know what? Kids don't even read Orwell anymore. No, you probably don't even know what Orwell is. But
George Orwell.
Yes, but they don't read that in school now.
Nope, no time for it.
No time.
Gotta prep for the tests.
But ironically, George Orwell in his book would have predicted that when the time comes for the government to take over things, that they would stop making you read the book. You don't need to pay for anything. No,
Big Brother will
They would stop making you read that book.
Right, well, because there are no books.
Because there are no books. And on that note...
Although there was music in Orwell's novel in 1984. Yeah, government-sanctioned music.
Which is what will happen when people will not pay for content.
Yep.
They will pay for it with their souls. Okay.
Bitches want to know.
What do bitches want to know?
Ted Henson asked you if you stayed in contact with your friends from before your long vacation.
No! I'll never speak to them again as long as I live. No, that's not true. Yes, I'm in touch.
We stayed in touch.
Yeah. And I've stayed in touch with all but, let's see. There are 3 or 4 glaring exceptions. And they're glaring so brightly that I shan't reveal their names.
And Scott Brown.
But their names are... Okay.
Scott Brown wants to ask you if you are going to do any signings or appearances, and when can we get a picture together, and where do you go out now these days?
Gosh. Okay. Signings and appearances, yes, I will be doing. And definitely, this year sometime, because my parole ends this... No, my parole is next year. Within a year, I will be doing them because my parole will end. But before then, I'm going to be doing it. In fact, right now, I can be doing it. If there is a city out there that wants to hire me to do something and bring me up there, and it's a job, I can go. I just have to ask permission from my parole officer, and there has to be a proposal written, and it just has to be approved. So yeah, I can do it. And when can we get a picture taken together? When you come to New York and want to take a picture. And where do I go out these days? Where have we gone? We've gone to Viva.
Yeah, we went to Fever Fridays last week.
I didn't say Fever. I said Viva.
No, we've gone to Viva Saturdays.
Viva and Fever.
And Viva Fridays.
And
we're thinking of going to... We've gone to Pacha for Halloween.
No.
And we're thinking of going to Acme this week.
Oh yeah, for Tobel's thing. We were gonna go to space one morning, but Igor overslept.
And the rest was history. See you next time.
Bye.